graph here, we're basically starting with a cubic function and transforming this function. So we should really know what our transformations are. Okay, so we're going to start with the y, since the y's are fairly straightforward. So what's the change in the y and what order? Okay, so what's happening here? I've got a flip, I've got a compression, I've got a shift. And in fact, the order of that, I can just do it in that order. It's a vertical flip. It is a vertical compression by 1/3. And it's going to be a vertical shift plus 5. Okay, so I can just do all my y transformations because y's and x's can be done completely separately. So my y transformation is going to be times by -3, times by -1/3 and plus 5. So times by -3 is positive 8/3, and then plus 5/3, 15/3 is going to be 23/3. That's going to be positive 1/3 plus 5. It's going to be 16/3. 0 plus 5. Okay, 1. So it's going to be -1/3 plus 15/3. So it's going to be 14/3. And then the 8 is going to be negative 8/3 plus 15/3. That's going to give me positive 7/3. So there's my y transformation. And then we need to do the x's. Now the x's are done completely in reverse. So we need to, the first step is going to be, well, let's undo this. We have 2x minus 1 is equal to my x old. Okay, so my new x is going to be divide by 2 plus 1. Okay, so I'm going to take my equation and divide. I'm going to compress it first. Okay, so it's in factored form, so compression expansion happens first and then shift last. So it's going to be -2 divided by 2 plus 1 is 0. -1 divided by 2 plus 1 is positive 1/2. Okay, so it's going to be positive 1/2. And then we ended up with plus 1, 3/2, and this becomes 2. So we can take that original cubic function. Okay, I guess I could draw it really faintly in here. It's going to be my original cubic function. That looks kind of like that. I'm going to actually scale the x-axis here because the x-axis scaling is going to be a little bit different. So it's going to be, let's say that's 1, -1, 2, -2, and we'll keep the y-axis scaling the same. So graphing these points, my middle is going to be 1/1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. That represents my middle. Okay, and symmetrically it's going to move, it's going to go to left and right. So I'm going to go to the right 1/2. So let's go to the right. Let's do these 2 points first. So 1.5 is here, and 14/3 is going to 14/3 is going to be, where is that going to be? It's going to be flipped around, isn't it? So it's just under 5, right about there. Okay, and then we're going to have a symmetrical point, the 1/2, and 16/3 right there. Okay, so 2/7/3 is going to be 2 1/3, so right about there. And then at 0, 23/3 is just going to be 8. It's going to be 8 and 1/3, just under 8, so 7 and 1/3, 2/3, right about there. Okay, so then I sketch in my graph. There's my center, and there's my cubic function. Okay, it's going to look like that. It's kind of not a very nice looking graph, but there it is. Okay, so we can transform it like we've done before. So we're going to do very little of this transformation when we talk about polynomials. We're really just going to be looking at mainly factoring these, but it's good to keep in mind this idea of transformation with cubic functions as well.